A very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us on the Tuesday edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, on the show tonight, we will be taking a look at the Nigeria Professional Football League, the results of matches played over the weekend. We'll also talk about the African Football League. We'll talk about the Elephants. Wasn't a good start for them, and also the drama surrounding the game that was supposed to be played today, that gets to be played tomorrow. We'll talk about all of that, all for you. As we speak, Fist of Football currently going on in Europe, talking about the UEFA Champions League. One game already concluded. The Bavarian Giants, Bayern Munich, of course, won their game. We'll talk about that as we move on the show. And what's Saudi Arabia up to these days? We will also talk about that as we move on. It's a loaded show. The Super Falcons of Nigeria also in the picture. We'll spend some time to talk about them. And, of course, the issues surrounding their manager. Is he with us? Is he with us? Is he not with us? We'll talk about that as we move on. Of course, it's a two-man show. My colleague Austin Okon-Akpan will be joining in. But let me just quickly introduce our partner in the Lagos studio. Kehinde Idris joins us now. And, of course, we take a look at all the things happening in your fast-paced, money-spinning world of sports. Kehinde, greetings to you. Thanks for joining us on a special day like this.
Yeah, it's good to be here. It's another Tuesday, and I'm always happy to join up. Love the fact that, you know, the local football is there, talking about our league. And then also I saw a slice of the AFL, African Football League, some would say semblance of the ESL, European Super League, thereabouts, the Giants. But you said or asked a question, what is Saudi Arabia up to? I think I'm loving everything a country like Saudi Arabia is doing. We've got the money, let's put it in the right places and channel a whole lot towards the country to get the economy to another very enviable level. And that's what the Prince, said right there. Everything we're doing now is to help the economy and also entertain the state, the country, Saudi Arabia.
All right. They have so much money, and they're spending it wisely. Well, Austin is suited and ready now, and, of course, he's ready to join us. Greetings, Austin. Another good day to talk sports.
What a greetings to you, Yemi, and, of course, everyone joining us on the show tonight. Still an action-packed world of sports. I like the way you landed saying Saudi Arabia, they have the money and they're spending it judiciously. They are making wise use of it, and they're investing in sports to empower their country and, of course, the people. I just hope that there are lessons in it for countries in Africa, particularly Nigeria. Big night in the UEFA Champions League. I peeped at the result before coming on now. Half-time, that game between Arsenal and Sevilla. It's a tale of Gabriel Jesus providing an assist for Gabriel Martinelli to give Arsenal a 1-0 lead into the break. And you talked about Bayern Munich showing their superiority in Europe by not demolish. They pushed aside Galatasaray by 3-1. I'm sure we're going to have fun talking about the UEFA Champions League tonight and, of course, the Nigeria Premier Football League.
All right, let's start with, of course, the AFL. We're getting used to calling it that now, the African Football League. Let me allow you to do the honors. It wasn't the kind of start we expected from the Aba Elephants, and to top it all, the mild drama today. So what do you make of the start and, of course, the mild drama about the game that was supposed to be played, did not play, conflicting reports of what transpired?
I was trying to get in touch with Super Eagles legend Kanu Wankwo, who is the chairman of AIMBA, just so we can get some insider gist as regards all of those administrative issues. But see, this is what we're trying to analyze on the show last week. That's what Ikena was also trying to, let us know, that you've got the CAF Champions League, you've got the CAF Confederation Cup, and it's not yet a world-class competition. So why are you bringing the African Football League into it? So all of those drama of Morocco did not give approval for flights to land and all of those other talks, just teething problems for Patrice Motsepe and his team at CAF to take a look into it and see how it can be resolved, because I think they've got a brilliant idea in the African Football League, and we don't want this sort of issues. But good thing is that game wasn't played. It will be played tomorrow. So hopefully AIMBA will be in the right frame. Not the kind of start we wanted. They lost in Uyo by a single goal. Let's see if they can, bounce back at the competition, because by the time the action gets underway, I mean, nobody will be talking about all of this drama that happened just before the action, but it's important lessons learned for football administration in Africa. You see what I'm trying to say? Yes, it's the African Football League, but persons that are also involved in the CAF Champions League, the CAF Confederation Club, even the clubs themselves, there are lessons learned in it for them that you start winning. You know what I always tell you guys, that you start winning before you get on the pitch of play. So bad start, terrible start for the African Football League with this off-the-pitch situation. I didn't like it. We don't like talking about it. And as media persons, we need to be very careful that we've got the right information so we don't spark any form of row between countries. We just want to talk about the football and do it for the love of the game.
All right, talking about the football, Kehinde Idris, I mean, I'm also trying to toe the line. I was still he's towing. Let's stick with the game. But then again, you have a truly money-spinning competition that they didn't really use any sporting merits per se. You're there, and there's huge money. You will expect a better preparation from the game you saw. The one they are by Elephants.
Yeah.
What do you make of that game? Anybody can lose a game, by the way.
Yeah.
So it doesn't appear that we're saying because they lost. But there's something about the setup, the appearance, stadium, and everything that just, with this competition that was this glamorized, I for one, would think that you prepare better than this.
Yeah, because the AFL, the advert of the AFL has been there for months now. Some people even felt, has it not started? Only for, you and I who are in this business tell them, no, it just got started. Just 8 teams are involved. And then, number one, you have to play on a neutral ground. You're about to go to you, not the forte, which is Aba right there. That's one problem. Then you're playing a fantastic team from the north. We know how North African teams get under our skin. I don't know how we do that, but it always feels like psychologically we've already taken ourselves halfway out before we now get onto the pitch with these teams. If you watch that game, we had chances. Some might call it half, and there are some begging chances that we should have converted. This is a competition that you get to the semi-final and there is about $1 million on ground.
So the question is, do you want that money?
$4 million. $4 million. That's so much money for a club like Enyimba. And then sometimes I don't understand what truly pushes us.
Our motivation.
Our motivation. Because as a Nigerian, all of the other teams there, fantastic teams, I don't care about them. I care about the Aba Elephants. Because when they start, anywhere they write the story, Enyimba of Nigeria, and I'm a Nigerian, so there is a way it directly affects me. And aside the money, the respect, the prestige, you're playing these teams over and over again. Now you've lost at home. We're looking at climbing a huge mountain, something like a Mountain Everest, because even if we had won 2-0 at home, going to the North African side, 2-0 always seemed like it's easily overturned. Now you already 1 goal down. I don't know how this could be done, but on the pitch, everything that happened, with all of these stories, you say we shouldn't, because I also, took our time not to go towards that way. I solely stood with the game on the pitch and talked about everything that happened on the pitch. Enyimba, are you ready? Coach, management, whichever. I think one of the things you should work on is the psyche. Playing football, I think Enyimba can play football because I saw it. But psychologically, it always feels like if we lose to these people, it's normal. It's not normal. We should start winning. It's
not normal. Let me go to Austin. Let's just having this conversation around this game. My grouse is, look, you can lose games. I don't have... But we've talked about all the advantages, how CAF is trying to circumvent all the problems within the African continent to glamorize this competition. Now you get a chance to be part of that experiment, I would think, and that's where I stand. And I'm not saying it because they lost. I would think that you'll be better prepared. Now, I agree with Kehinde Idris. They had half chances. They played like they wanted to win. That's not... But there's something that looks off. I feel we could have milked this a lot in terms of fan activation, in terms of probably branding, in terms of building up the hype. I didn't see some of those things.
I totally agree with you, Yemi. And that's because, once again, we lack the right leadership. I know that there's a new governor in Abia State, Alex Oti, who is trying to do the right things, but people aren't brought to book. We must understand action and consequence. I see how you're trying to be careful to talk about these things that Aimba did. Either you are so ashamed of them, or you're saying, what is wrong with us? And I think that's the question again. What is wrong with us? Because when the trending picture of a badly written name was trending, of a badly written name on a jersey was going viral, I said, how can this be happening to Aimba Football Club of Abado, People's Elephants, in 2023? And that's why I needed to speak to Kanu Wankwo. I know Coach Finidi John needs to stay focused on the game, because I need to ask them questions like, are we still joking in 2023? I mean, this is October almost ending, so 2024 is almost here. Why are we saying things we're saying about teams in Nigeria in 1997? Why are we saying it in 2023? Who's the kids manager? Who is in charge of branding at Aimba? Who isn't ticking the boxes before the teams file out to play? Who is saying, oh, it's just a competition, let's just go to you and just play it? We shouldn't be just doing things now. We should start doing things the right way. You talked about preparation also. Yes, if you're not even planning to win this, just say you're going to this competition to try and make some money. That's what is very important, and you need to carry these people along. Let the players, the coaching crew, everyone, including your fans. This is what happens when the club doesn't have a direction. I like what Enugu Rangers seem to be doing. You find out now that Enugu Rangers should have a big competition because of the level of awareness that they have now with their leadership, and because Amobi has come to Europe and seen what they do with professional football and found out that it's business, actual business. Rangers seem to be doing the right things. But you wonder why Aimba isn't. They are the champions of the Nigeria Premier Football League. Aimba has got money. They sell players every year. They've got a kit sponsor. We want more. The team should improve. I don't understand why this is happening. It was so heartbreaking. I've spoken to players who say, look, in the whole season, it's just one jersey. No matter how big you think the club is, it's just one jersey we wear all season. So you need to be praying that it doesn't get torn or something. I said, why is this happening in 2023? So yes, Yemi, that's it right there. You could see the picture just flashed, just in number 3. You could tell that somebody is just saying, oh, we didn't have plans for you, but just go out there and play football. And they're forgetting that this is the world of shares, likes, tweets, retweets, and then boom, it goes viral. Somebody in Afghanistan probably have seen that picture. And the disgrace is on Nigeria. And that's why people must understand action and consequence. That when you do something wrong, you should be called to book, you should answer questions so that people can use it to learn that we are serious with what we're doing. This is football. Countries use this thing to stand. Let me tell you, I was talking to a friend. He went to Pakistan and he was saying, Austin, I have an information for you. And I said, I'm sure you want to tell me what I already know. He said, do I know that all the balls that they use in Europe is produced in Pakistan? I said, I know you want to tell me something I know. So Pakistan is known for cricket, not football, but they make so much money producing footballs. It's business. It's right time Nigeria get up. We should stop acting like we are still children in Nigeria. Nigeria should be a full-blown adult that understands responsibilities, action and consequences, and start doing the right things.
And just to portray this, I'll go to Kehinde Idris, then we'll take some information about the match to be played. I feel insulted when people say that you can't have a stadium packed full with fans when you talk about the local league. I feel insulted because Nigerians appreciate quality. Yeah. If you produce something that has quality, people will buy into it. And the moment we're playing a game of that magnitude and the next, I'm not saying in this particular case, but in most other cases, then somebody says, let's throw the gates open. Yeah. You've spoiled it from the start.
And then when you throw the gates open, go and check. It still is not a packed stadium. So how well have you done?
Our guest here on Friday was talking about something that the other clubs can learn from the two privately owned clubs.
Yeah.
How they build the hype, how the fan activation, how they encourage the fans
Bring
to come.
paparazzi into football.
How they do things, how you watch a game and an hour after the game, you're still hanging around. Because there are some things that...
Yeah, I mean, let me when Spain wanted to grow women's football, because, you know, at a point it was Germany, England, we had China at a point, it kept going around. Spain wanted to steal the show. And then they started with the fans. For every time you come to a stadium, there is a jersey under your seat. So you're paying for your ticket, no problem. But when you're leaving, you pick the jersey under your seat.
That's an incentive.
That's an incentive to bring. Now, they don't care. You might not like football, but for the fact that you want to get a jersey and then you're doing your mathematics, I pay 100 naira, I pick a jersey of 200 naira. Why? It's good. But do you know why you're there? Your attention will go to the field. This is nice. And then you're already a fan being bought over just by picking jersey. At the point, jersey picking stopped. But those who had fallen in love with the game stuck. And they kept coming. They kept buying tickets and all of that. Today, the mecca of women's football is in Spain. No more France, no more England, and all of that.
And you have a record attendance where you have
exactly
the female team,
Barcelona
team. And Real Madrid.
Yes,
some
over 90,000
don't have that kind of attendance.
This is what we're saying.
All right.
You must do things consciously. You don't stumble on success.
Yes, you have to be deliberate
consciously prepare for
about it. All right, we've been talking. We can go on and on, but let's give you the match details. Austin has talked about it. It's going to be played tomorrow. But let's just show you the match details. A confirmation just to let you know that the game will be played tomorrow. We don't want to go into all of what went wrong, what did not go on.
Because
it's going to be played
CAF is
tomorrow.
another unserious setup.
Okay. Well,
seriously.
Let's leave it at that. But the game originally scheduled to be played tomorrow has a new date. It's going to be played on the 26th. But the kickoff time is still the same. It's going to be 7 p.m. Nigerian time. The game will be played in the evening. All right, let's quickly talk about the Nigerian Professional Football League. Let's show you the results. Then we'll come back to talk some more. Very interesting results in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Talk about... Okay, let me just quickly reel through the results. Niger Tornadoes, of course, defeated Bayelsa United by a long goal. Gobe United, similar scoreline, defeated Bendel Insurance. Lobby Stars defeated Abia Warriors 2-0. Heartland played a 1-1 draw with Katsina United. Kano Pillars defeated Rivers United by a lone goal. All right, some of the results for you. Match day 4, Nigeria Professional Football League. What was the share of the spoils? Square United and Rangers International 1-1. Aqua United and 3SC was goalless. Plateau United defeated Sunshine by a lone goal. And the Southwest Derby, Remo Stars defeated Sporting Lagos 2-1. Privately owned teams slugging it out in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's go on a break. When we return from that break, we take some time to talk about, of course, the results, show you the table, what it looks like, and then, of course, what's to come in the Nigeria Professional Football League. And, of course, let's just quickly let you know that, of course, this show will continue on all our other platforms, but on the DSTV platform, of course, the program Inside Niger Delta will be on that. So we'll go on a break. When we return, we'll still be, of course, talking about things happening in Nigeria sports. All right, welcome back. We're still on the matter, talking about the Nigeria Professional Football League. Also, let me just, yield to you. The floor is yours now. Any surprises on match day 4?
I'm still surprised that after 4 matches, Aqua United still winless. And that has now, made Coach Fatah Osho come out to say he doesn't understand what's going on, that he's worried that Aqua United are still struggling to record a win this season. So let's see how we can fix that. I think it was a decent result for Katsina United traveling to Heartland to get a 1-1 draw. When you go on the road in the Nigeria Premier Football League and pick a result, you should be proud of yourself. And I think these are this is a very good result. I told you I was also looking forward to Rangers Kwara United, and what Rangers seem to be doing, Kwara United, a decent side, playing 1-1. That's a good result for Rangers. They won their last game, I think against Niger Tornadoes, and then they went on the road to pick a point. Good one for Coach Fidelis Ilechukwu and his team. They just need to consolidate on that result. Aside that, I think the other teams did just enough to win their games. Big win for Remo Stars in that Southwest Derby against Sporting Lagos. I saw highlights. It was a beautiful game of football. Good for league football development in Nigeria. And of course, Niger Tornadoes bouncing back to victory against Bayelsa United. But I'm interested. I really want to understand what happened in that game between Kano Pillars and Rivers United, because the NPFL, they have fined Kano Pillars with 1 million naira, and Atlanta supporters also got some warning. These are early times of the early days in the league, but it's very important that we keep that fans' education going. I love the fact that in Kano we are seeing full stadium. You just said it, that Nigerians will come out to watch. So probably we need to study what these football clubs in the north seem to have done, that fans always come out. They love their football, they love their team. It's just that trouble part, that is still a problem. And once we get that out of the way, I'm sure our football will win. It was a good match day 4, and I just hope that we'll continue to see good football in the Nigeria Premier Football League.
All right. Can you do this quickly? Southwest Derby.
Yeah.
Any surprise? Remo Stars beating Sporting Lagos 2-1. Any surprises?
I think I felt Remo would win, but I wanted to see a good game, and I saw a good game.
On the strength of that, they're on top of the league?
Yes, fantastic. Privately owned. Let's see how football should be played without any bias on the pitch. And then to the fans, we saw how the turnout was. We're talking about how you can, lure the fans to the stadium, or the stadium in any case you want to put it. And then also, he mentioned, I think there is this worry about Akwa United right now. It's a big worry, sitting at the bottom of the log, not, getting points that they should get. I think it's a bit of a worry for me because supposedly they are supposed to be one of the big teams in the NPFL right now. So let's see. Enyimba return, play your 2 games outstanding, and let's see you get back. Like I always say, yes, I want surprises, all of those, underdog story, but I want our top teams to always return to continent football so they get more experience.
All right, now let's just give you a reflection by showing you the table. What it looks like now, what you have on your screen is the top 10 after 4 matches each. But you have Remo Stars on top, followed by Lobby Stars, Rangers, Shooting Stars, Bendel Insurance, making up the top 5. Gombe United, Niger Tornadoes, Plateau United, Kano Pillars, and Abia Warriors. There you have the first half. And of course, Remo Stars leading the way with 9 points, winning 3 out of 4 matches and drawing just 1. All right, so this is what it looks like. Let's see if we can flip and see the other side so we can reflect the teams on the other half of the table. And there you have it, Akwa United. Well, early days yet though, but I mean, not where you want them to be. 2 losses, 2 draws. On the strength of that, they're having just 2 points, goal difference of -3, and they're there. Well, they are by Elephants in 18, but I mean, they've just played 2 matches, and so you would expect that if they play their other matches, things might change for them, all right? So that's it with the Nigerian Professional Football League. Let's move on to talk about the most important, of course, issue with regards to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. They're going to be playing an Olympic qualifier against Ethiopia. And let's quickly show you the fixtures. There you have it, Ethiopia against Nigeria, October 25. That's when the game will be played. The ladies, of course, settled in, they're ready. Congo DR also will be up against South Africa. This is the second round fixtures, the first leg, October 25, 2023. You also have Tanzania up against Botswana, Uganda up against Cameroon, Namibia up against Morocco, all for the 2024 Olympic Games. These are the qualifiers for the women's event at the Olympic Games. This matches will be played on October 26th. It's the first leg of the second round. All right, so let's just quickly talk about the girls. Let me bring Austin into the picture. I mean, there's no way you talk about the girls now. The status of Randy Waldrum will make you ask questions. Is he with us? Is he not? And of course, the fact that the girls will play this game without him. Will he be back for the second leg? It's $1 million question. The fact that we've not sorted this out with all the time that we had seems a bit problematic.
Yeah, I mean, same old, same story, and it's so tiring. Same old, same story. And once again, our leadership is in the forefront of sports administration in Nigeria. When the Super Falcons had that good outing at the World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, the NFF, they said, they're proud of what they did, Coach Randy Waldrum did with the team, and there were, bits of talks here and there that is going to stay, and somehow, what is talking again? And it's a crucial Olympic qualifiers. This is the same country that has not qualified for the Olympics in the last 2 editions. And we're giving it this sort of approach again. It tells you, and goes back to my question, do we ever learn? They will just say, it's Super Falcons, it's Ethiopia, they are going to beat them, we'll advance or assistant. But things must be done the right way. If the assistant coach is going to be in charge, come out, tell everybody, give us a proper understanding of where we are with Coach Randy Waldrum, and let everybody know what's going on with the team. Very, very important. Now, people will be wondering, are you trying to take us back again? Because we've seen the Super Falcons, we know their superiority. You want to sustain the momentum. You want to keep doing things that will, define progress. I struggle to understand these things, because I really don't know when we'll realize that everything rises and falls on leadership. If the leadership is faulty, you're wasting your time. Have all the old talent. That's what has happened. And that's why we've not qualified for the Olympic football event in the last 2 events. And this is the Super Falcons of Nigeria, the most admired women's football brand in Africa. Same approach. I know, they will say, they will play, they will win, people will come out, will support them, but these questions will still remain questions until they are answered, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Kehinde Idris, do you think they're trying to wind the clock down? His contract expires on October 31. Is that what is at play? I'm just playing the devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Is that what is at play here?
It looks like. One issue I have with our administrator is the fact that they watch this show. They watch other sporting show. They're looking out for that presenter, that, analyst, whatever. They're looking out for those shows that they put pen to paper, pen down what you said wrong. But you're always leaving a vacuum that needs to be filled. You are here. Some persons trust everything you're dishing out. They are waiting for you to speak. Randy Waldrum is still with the Super Falcons. Randy Waldrum is not with the Super Falcons. Randy Waldrum said this. They want to hear it from you. They trust you. You are not feeding us that information to feed them. And then when you say something, trying to fill up that vacuum, they come at you. This is not what... You shouldn't give us this breakdown of information. It should be a direct one. Time to time, we should hear all of this information. There was a time, bye-bye to Randy Waldrum. Later, we're tightening up Randy Waldrum. And then there is that space of not saying anything. And we're facing a qualifier. We don't even know where the team stands. It's as a limbo.
The sad part is that I didn't think I was going to come here to say this, but we could play back something we did 5-6 years ago, and we'll still be saying the same thing.
The same thing.
And the sad part is that, administrators change. It's still the same story, because all we are even here talking about the national team. Is that the only thing about football development? And Austin said it. It's painful, but Austin has said it. We have the talent.
Yeah.
Other people are catching up. And it seems we're not worried. Do you know that this issue of the under-23 team not being able to qualify for the Olympics it's been with us for a long time, and we've seen that, because the FIFA calendar and something. And nobody's trying to do anything about it.
At all.
We just attempt to qualify, we fail, we move on. We attempt to qualify, we fail, we move on.
Another one will come. We'll play again and then.
And it's really sad.
It's sad.
I'm not worried about the ladies. I do feel they will have enough in the tank to get the job done. But we shouldn't even just be talking about national teams.
But like we always establish, so many things happen on the pitch that 70% had happened off the pitch. What was seen on the pitch is 30%. You're not done your homework and all of that. Then you come, you put in strength and all of that. Hey, that 70% of the pitch will come and tell on the pitch.
I haunt you. Yeah. All right, I'll say, let's move on. Let me yield to you, squash, another sport that you love talking about. Of course, in the news. And, I mean, it's always refreshing when we get to talk about all of these other sports, what they're doing, what they're putting on the table, and also very good to spotlight them tonight.
We keep saying it that these competitions are very important to keep players busy, get coaches to know what they're doing with their teams, and of course, give the sport some exposure. We don't talk about squash all the time, but shout out to the Nigeria Sports Federation, led by Aboyo Yorinde, and what they are doing. It's the John Ed Sports Foundation tournament. It's the maiden edition, and we want to see more of this sort of competitions to promote the game. Where will it be taking place? At the Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos from tomorrow, Wednesday, October the 25th, and it will run till October the 28th, 2023. Now, elite players, squash players will come into this one, get to play squash, use it to assess the development of the sport in Nigeria, and somehow I think it's a foundation getting into this one. And as I said, if more persons come into it, for Aboya and his team, when they came into office, it's to develop squash, get people to talk about it. Just same thing badminton did. I think handball did the same. They're giving us opportunity to talk about it. Cricket is also doing the same. And as you said, I love it because it's an opportunity for us to take a look at these other sports, because Nigeria is so blessed with people, with talents. We shouldn't be just known with just football. So if we get players from this competition, we talk about them, the federation monitors them, find ways that they can keep getting better. I think it will be an all-round win for the development of squash in Nigeria.
Hopefully we get that done. Hopefully all the other sports, begin to give us something to talk about. And that's why you talk about South Africa, they are in the final of the Rugby World Cup. They're doing well in cricket. So even when football disappoints them, there are other things, and I think we should start doing that, especially with the abundance of talent that we have. All right, let's go to the UEFA Champions League now. That's our next port of call, and talk about what's happening. We'll try to give you live updates, and we'll also, I think we should start talking about tomorrow's fixtures, because the games are currently going on, and of course, it's a very fluid situation. So let's talk about this one first. Then we talk about the ones currently going on. Feyenoord will take on Lazio. Celtic will take on Real Madrid. And of course, Newcastle United will take on Borussia Dortmund. PSG will take on AC Milan. AC Milan posted some huge profits, so good news for them. RB Leipzig will take on Red Star Belgrade. The Young Boys of Switzerland will take on, of course, defending champions Manchester City. Barcelona will take on, of course, should we say their customers now, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Royal Antwerp will take on FC Porto. These are some of the fixtures, some very interesting fixtures in the UEFA Champions League. Kane Idris, let me quickly get your thoughts. I know you're so eager to talk about the things that happened today, but any of these fixtures jump at you? PSG, AC Milan, maybe? But a lot of people are saying PSG seems to be a team in disarray.
I don't understand what's happening with PSG right now. And to an extent, I always, want PSG to have something to help them pause and rethink. Probably, maybe a capitulating will bring that, where, they have a bad run in a season and would help them come back and think, okay, where did we? Because I think managerially, PSG is having a serious issue that they are not taking time to attend to. That's on one side. For me, at the Champions League this year, Newcastle is getting all of my attention, because after so many years coming back, all of the guys in the team, except for a few, have, UEFA Champions League experience. Their coach is now an experienced coach at this level, but they've started and they are doing so well, holding their own. Now they'll be playing Dortmund. I think if there is any team they can take out easily in that group, is always dwindling Dortmund, never reliable. So Newcastle should be able to do enough. And if they do that, I think they are setting themselves up really well to be at the next phase, talking about the knockout
quick correction,
round.
earlier I said Celtic, Real Madrid, Celtic, Atletico Madrid. It's what will be on display. Let me just go to Austin quickly. Let's talk about, I don't know, Newcastle, the issues surrounding Tonali, because it looks like it's going to be hit with a 10-month ban. That's what it's beginning to look like. And how big of an impact will that be on the... I know they have a big squad, but in terms of quality, a lot of questions will be asked. So having that kind of... we're not even sure if he's going to play tomorrow because anything can happen. And even if he gets to play tomorrow, 10 months, it means he's practically not going to play anymore this season. He's also going to miss Euro 2024.
That's why a team must play as a team, And this is just a clear reminder that, look, you can't come into the game and don't respect the rules. So if he's out of the team, the other players just need to get up. And Newcastle's they've got a good team. They don't have a team that you start calling world-class names and all of that, but they're learning how to play as a team and they're getting better. And I think that's one good thing Eddie Howe has done. It's just unfortunate. 10 months, that's just kiss your season goodbye, So Newcastle just needs to find a way to, get it all going without him. And truly, I think they can. I really think they can. In fact, no football club should rely on just one player, and then when something goes wrong, you start running up and down saying that your season is over. No, instead, other players should be able to step up and get a job done. I don't know if it's time. Let's just quickly run into some of the results that we are seeing. I mean, at the start of the show, I told you the game between Sevilla and Arsenal, it was a tale of Gabriel's, still a tale of Gabriel's, because right after halftime, second half, Gabriel Jesus, who provided the assist for Gabriel Martinelli to score the first goal, got his own goal. So that was Arsenal 2, Sevilla 0. But now Sevilla has just pulled one back. So it's Sevilla 1, Arsenal 2. Follow me. Let's go to Old Trafford. I was listening to pre-match commentary, and they've started Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire again, man. People just don't want Harry Maguire to rest. Manchester United, they were struggling looking for goals in that game against FC Copenhagen. And guess who stepped up to give Manchester United the lead?
And I trust it's Harry. I trust it's Harry. Well, I guess he gets the monkey off his back. It would take a lot from Harry to make the people leave him alone. But let me just bring Kanye into this. Rasmus Højlund, I don't know. He appears he hasn't settled down. You're beginning to wonder where the goals are coming from. Is it going to be from Rashford? 30-plus goals last season. A lot of people have started accusing him of being selfish. It's not a good start for Manchester United in the Champions League. Yeah. And somehow, they have to get Højlund scoring.
They have to get him scoring. Before match day 4, Højlund is the highest goal scorer in the Champions League as of now. As of before today's match day. So that tells you they have to get him into those scoring books. And probably this is who they need this season. For Rashford, I think I'm not surprised. It would always happen where, he goes through that drought of not scoring. Then there comes a period, he scores in their numbers, maybe like 20 games. I think that's Rashford I've known over 8 years now, thereabout. For Harry Maguire, just over the weekend, man of the match. Now he's scoring, probably it might just be the only goal. Because if Manchester United doesn't get a win in this game, it's trouble. It's trouble. They really need it. And if that game ends in a 1-0 win for Manchester United, I think everybody will sing the praise of Harry Maguire, even those who write his downfall every day, because they have stepped up as the hero. So I always call him Magical Night of the Year for Champions League. Is that you're talking about a hero, or you're talking about, the way a team set up, or a manager? There is always something magical about, the Champions League night. And we're seeing it. Arsenal 2-1. Napoli now got a goal, also to put themselves in good stead. And it just goes on.
All right.
For Inter Milan also doing so well. So, you always have angles to really have fun with in the UEFA Champions League.
All right, it's true. You always have angles to have fun. And Austin is peeping at his phone, looking at his screens. Maybe he can help us. We have a minute or two before we wrap things up on the show. United are still up with Harry's goal, right?
Said 1, FC Copenhagen, 0, 82nd minute, and that game being played right there at Old Trafford. But interesting result, Real Madrid now with the lead at SC Braga. They just mentioned Union Berlin 0, Napoli 1. Napoli playing without Nigeria's Victor Osimhen. People have been asking questions, where is he? Victor is injured and will not be back until late November. He's got a thigh injury. So Napoli is still getting the job done without Victor Osimhen. Inter Milan 2, FC Salzburg 1, Benfica 0, Real Sociedad 1. That's a very interesting result right there for Real Sociedad. We mentioned at the start of the show that Bayern Munich had no problem seeing off Galatasaray away from home by 3-1. And of course, Lens and PSV playing 1-1. That group will interest Arsenal, because if Arsenal hold on to their 2-1 lead and win that game, they will go on top of their group. And then Sevilla will be second. So good results for the English team so far. And we'll see. It's the UEFA Champions League, where anything can happen, Yemi.
Of course, unfortunately, we won't be able to say much after this. I hope it stays like that for the sake of the English fans. I'm very sure if he ends this way, it'll be a good night for Harry Maguire. He can sleep. He can sleep better. I mean, it's been through a lot. It's been through a lot, and I hope for his sake, at least, it's going to be all about Harry throughout the night. So we'll see what happens. Kehinde Idris, we have just a few seconds before we wrap things up. Can anything still happen for some of the teams trailing?
Like Sevilla, Arsenal. If you know Arsenal very well, they can let any lead slip. So I think that one. And for Manchester United, I doubt they want to let this one go. So I'm having my eyes on this one. For Real Madrid, they will seal it.
Yeah. For United, I think they're trying their best to keep things tight defensively, but scoring goals still an issue for them. All right, that's how much we can take. Austin, we got to go.
Yeah, we got to go. Set the record straight. I said it was Sevilla that will be in second. No, it's Lens. So Arsenal, we go on top of the Group B table with 6 points, followed by Lens with 5 points. Sevilla, I think, will have 2 points. That's the show. In London, I'm Austin Okonakpan. In everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.
All right, that's the show today. We're about to go, but I want to thank Kehinde Idris for his time. And, of course, the conversation never ends. We'll take it out of the studio. We'll continue with that. Hopefully, we'll do this again next week.
We always do. It's good to be here.
All right, that's the show today. We do hope you've enjoyed everything we brought to you. We're back here again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.